Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Got my background lights set to Christmas with the Smart bulb and the Meteor Tour corner lamp. I figure it's just time to do a little channel update. As we are approaching Christmas, and I always say American Thanksgiving and the Grey Cup both need to be in the books before this guy starts thinking and feeling of Christmas. And let's just say I'm slowly getting there. And speaking of this guy, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, just make sure you hit like and subscribe. I have my other social media links down in the description below. I just figure it's time to do a little channel update. I mean, this past month I've been a lot busier, obviously, with work. I mean, I still have a day job. I mean, this is still something I do on the side and doesn't pay the bills, and try to squeeze it in when I can. It's still fun, but work and responsibilities takes up too much time. But I just figure the last month, I mean, the only content that I put up has been basically related to the CFL, the Grey Cup, with on the road to the Grey Cup, and then I did my video on the going to the Calgary Stampeders locker room sale. So I figure with the Calgary sports content, I mean, now that we're in the off season, and I'll make some CFL off season videos. Of course, there's some Calgary Flames content that I still plan to make, given that we're into December of the 2024-25 season. Gotta finally make one, just give my take and feelings on where we're at, so hopefully I can get that done soon as well, and a couple other logistics that I'll touch on in a separate video. So that's basically the main headlines. And then now that we're heading into the holiday season and going into 2025, it's going to be a longer winter by the looks of it, and it's not the Farmer's Almanac prediction on the fact that they think we're going to have a colder, snowier winter. I mean, heck, I can publish something to post every August. Between the month of December and March, there's going to be a couple weeks it's going to be minus 30. There'll be a couple weeks it'll snow a lot, and then occasionally I'll get some Chinooks. There's my winter forecast, just like every other year. But I would admit that that cold snap that we had at the start of 2024 did have a little more bite and length to it, so I guess there's some merit to that. But the fact it's going to be a longer winter, because if you look at the 2025 calendar, Easter is going to be late in 2025. It's not going to be till April 20th. So I think for when it comes to Calgary sports content over the winter, I mean, I've definitely announced a few years ago, and it's too much what the kids now say at time suck for game recaps and that. I'm not doing that anymore. That I'm not going to be probably going to as many games, or we'll see. As I did mention, I did cancel my Calgary Roughnecks season tickets, so I don't have Roughnecks season tickets anymore, but I still plan to catch some games, a few games live, so maybe some moments from still some games live. Like, I still plan to go to the home opener, and then usually as a Stampeders season ticket holder, I get a complimentary game, so for at least I got those two games. I attended more Roughneck games this season than I did last season as a season ticket holder. But another thing I'll probably make a review on is the Flex Club. I still haven't bought one yet, but I'll talk about that in the video. But the other Calgary sports content is the fact that we're heading into the end of the year. Something that I think I might try to do for the first time is I'll do a Calgary sports year review, because usually leading to Christmas and New Year's, all the news stations and sports stations do a year-end review. So I figure I'll do a Calgary sports year review and talk about all the teams, not just the headline grabbers being like the Flames and Stampeders, but I think we need to talk about the other smaller teams they don't talk about, let's say like the Calgary Canucks or the Calgary Surge. So I might do that over the winter break. I I mean, I do have a winter break coming up that I plan to work up till December 20th and come back January 6th. So I'll have a couple weeks off and then the usual, holiday stuff with, family obligations and traditions. Hopefully I can maybe make some videos during my winter break to catch up, because I mean, I've been a little lighter on the sports content, but as I mentioned, busy in the non-sports content. I mean, I still got lists made about the personal blogs, attempt at comedy and that, and then any log in to go. I still have some places that I still plan to still go to vlogging on the go. As I say, this guy only has so much time after when work and responsibilities and that is all allocated, and occasionally you gotta sleep and eat as well and groom yourself, all that stuff, living stuff, as I say. And I mean, on my shorts channel, I still been trying to post more on that channel, just because it's my Anything Goes channel, it's my experimental channel. I exclusively put shorts on there, so anything's possible on that channel. But also looking into 2025 for any updates. Well, hopefully in March, being that longer winter this year, because once you get back from the New Year's, you only get the Family Day weekend to look forward to in February, and then Easter, and Easter's not until April 20th in 2025. I think a March break is in order, and I'm going to say what I plan to do. It's not in the books yet, not paid for yet. Is my first ever trip to Toronto needs a part 2. So hopefully in March, I'm planning on going back to Toronto. So there might be some content there. My plan is I want to catch the Calgary Flames and the Toronto Maple Leafs on the road, and they're scheduled to play there on St. Patrick's Day of all days. But I want to do the Casa Loma, CN Tower, and then Ripley's, like those attractions, and a few museums. Have more time to do actual state activities in the city compared to when I was there in the summer, where half my time I was there. I mean, I went to a football game, Stampeders and Argonauts, and 2 Blue Jay games, Blue Jays and Athletics, so that took a lot of time. Then of course I had to do the Maple Leaf Gardens Hockey Hall of Fame, so hopefully there'll be another Toronto trip planned and going to happen in March. And then, as I say, it's basically off-season content for the CFL, Calgary Stampeders, and then looking at just any big major stories. Well, let's say the Calgary Flames, and then I think in my year in review video that I plan to do closer towards the end of December, I'll touch upon major stories that I didn't get around to making a video on, talking about what happened, let's say, with the Hitmen or the Roughnecks, for example, and talk about the Surge and the Canucks, and then of all the Calgary teams, I would come and say who had the best 2024. Spoiler alert, it's definitely not the Calgary Flames or the Calgary Stampeders that I would say in that video. And then it's still on the list. Haven't gotten around to it. I still got a couple of video projects that I'm still hoping to get around to do, which, I mean, the one video project is going to require me having to do a batch record and then plan to upload it on certain days. Well, now 2025, it'll be 21 years since the Calgary Flames went on that magical run to the 2004 Stanley Cup Final. So I still want to do a retrospect of that, look at it from a personal point of view. I guess 21, now that's old enough that you can drink anywhere and gamble. Tells you how long the 2004 playoff run is. So I still have that on my list and episodes made that I'll do a quick recap of all the games and setting up the series. For a retrospect point of view, hopefully if I can make all those videos, they'll be like 4 or 5 minute bits, and there'll be several episodes. I mean, at least be over 30 episodes in that playlist if I ever get around to making it, because I mean the Flames did play 26 games, and then I got to talk about leading into the series and making the playoffs, and then the legacy after the 2004 Calgary Flames. And then I still have, I bought the jerseys, I have the t-shirts I still want to do a CFL USA team. That's still been on my to-do list. It's been on my to-do list for the last few years, but just haven't gotten around to it. As I say, it's just the lack of time to make the videos, but as I say, this is just a little channel update that I do once in a while. I mean, we're almost at the end of the year. I'm still hopefully that maybe over time there'll be a few more smart lights that I want to buy to put around for where I record, and then of course although the technology has changed and that, to keep it real, I still record on when I'm at home, mostly on my JVC Vario on a tripod, a camcorder I bought in 2009. That's all I could afford, and I'd like to maybe upgrade my camcorder because I still see a value in having a camcorder because of battery life, and it doesn't get as hot, let's say, as a smartphone. Because I find that's happened, especially if it's hot outside, and that's happened a few times at a couple football games. I couldn't capture all the introductions, but even when I'm just holding the smartphone, captured something for over 20 minutes, I do feel it gets a little warmer that camcorders don't. So hopefully maybe there'll be some upgrade in technology, but to say, what are you looking forward to potentially with my channel update, sports content? I mean, I still plan to make the Calgary sports content. I mean, the nature of this content, if I'm talking about, let's say, a trade or a story, it happens when it happens, and try to make it as soon as possible. Well, let's say planned content, let's say a video series, I hope to try to make that some evergreen content. I mean, I know that a few years ago I still have my Remember My Calgary series. If you see that, or talk about Calgary sports teams from the past, it gets views here and there and then doesn't, but it depends on the team and that. But I went all out there, but that was back when you had a little more time. Doesn't seem like I have as much time now, especially at this stage of my life, but I just say, yeah, it's my channel update. If you close out, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I have my other social media links down in the description below. Appreciate all the comments and subscribers up to this point, and hopefully it's your first time here. Just hopefully I've earned your subscription, what I have in my existing library and what I plan to do in the future. I just tell you, it depends on time allows between work and responsibilities, but hopefully maybe towards the end of the month, in between Christmas and New Year's and that, I might be able to get a few more videos in, and we'll see how 2025 goes. And of course I always hope that 2025 will be a better year. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.